Welcome back, guys. Mm, let's go through what we'll pick this week. Okay. Yeah. So let me just drag all these here. So first, let me just throw the ones that are necessary on this spending side, so we can deal with the ones we will need. Okay. So Euro USD, I like the weekly time frame. Euro CHF, I like the weekly time frame. ADJPY. Uh, uh, I also like the weekly time frame, but uh, needs more time. Okay. Yeah. Mm, and your card, uh, if we use this as our OG level, uh, yeah, this is fine. We can trade something here. Let's see the forward time frame. Let's see the weekly time frame. Australian US dollar. Let me do this. This one we need more waiting. GBP USD. Finally, the price didn't make a lower low, so we are still bullish. Okay. So this pair is pending. I can't decide if I will buy or sell because this where I am right now is in the middle of a trans. Price can either sell and change bearish, and or price can make a higher low high and a lower low, then shift, and then price keep on buying. Okay. So this one is pending. Euro GPP. Mm, we wanted to sell last week, but you can see how we close with a very strong engulfing candle. So it can be wise if you wait and see how the weekly will reject at this point here. Because as you can see, uh, this is our higher low, this is our higher high. So we can't do anything now. So we move this here. Mm, ADNZD. Price never respected this level, so maybe I can do this. And this is the only way we can sell. But you can see how the weekly time frame has closed. So this is a sign that price has to give us a bit of weekly confirmation. so I can know if price is holding. Okay, so this one can come here. Then let's see among these. NZD card price ended up closing bearish. But me, I know price will break above this level. Okay. Uh, GBP card. You can see how the daily had to engulf the previous daily. This can also show you on the weekly time frame that price need another proper retest here. You see? I've not yet started analyzing. NZD USD. Our interest is now this level. Okay. For Euro USD, this is okay. USD CHF, this is fine. So this pending here, it means I need to see how price will react this week. And I can make any change in them. Mm, this one uh is at the all-time high. Okay. And if you want to buy, you have to wait for price to go bullish here. Mm. The only bad part is I don't know the only exit point I have is this point. Oh, and price was at this level. Mm, way back this level. Okay. I think we can put this one here. GPP card, no. We need to see how the weekly will close. This one, yes, we can put on this week. NZD USD, no. Oh yeah, yeah. Euro USD, yes. Hmm. 80 JPY, no. This one, yes. Euro card. We can keep it till next week. This one, want to see what will happen next this week. Same as this one. Same as No, this one is pending because I don't know the direction. This one I need the daily to shift. This one I have nowhere to buy from. USDJPY. You can only buy if price comes back here. So that's another week. You see? Mm. GPAUD still pending. ADCHF. EURCHF, nice. So now what we need here is this engulfing candle. Will repeat itself here. Okay? Mm, so you can see that these I've put here, they show that price uh, is not yet clear. You see? This one, we know where the direction is, but we want to see if the direction is being respected this week. Okay? Yes. CHF. I think CHF can use it. Then this one can clearly see we need the weekly to come back and test this level. Because we saw how the daily reacted quickly at this point. Okay. Mm, so with that being said, uh, and before we can focus on this, I also wanted to trade this pair, but I didn't like how the weekly closed, you see? Uh, yeah. So I'll see how the weekly will react. This one, price is full of surprises. This can be an OG level. Shortly, it's not. This is the real OG level here. This is where we have the most touches, you see? One, two, three, four, five. Here, there is nothing. Here, there is no any other OG level here. You only have one, two, nothing, three, four. Put that the weekly time frame. Again, if you put that the weekly time frame, if you just increase this a bit, this becomes an emoji level. Anyway, we'll go through it and we'll decide on it, right? So let's now, with this session, we can go through these three, and the other session can go through these three. In the final session, we can pick. Okay? Okay. So we continue where we ended with NCD card. Okay? We want to buy, right? That's the main goal for us here. And the update we had is price started respecting, almost taking out this lower high, but we just ended up rejecting to it. You see? Why? Would be the question. Because I remember telling you on the daily time frame on Thursday, I think Thursday, that price, if price retest this level, like you can see it has retested here. If this was a 4 hour time frame, okay, and you don't know anything, uh, and they tell you what are we going to do in this trade, huh? And let's say we do remove this, and how can I patch this a bit? Okay, yeah, I think something like this, right? Mm. And then they tell you, what can we do in this trade? Okay, or even if they were make this, and this is all you get as your higher low, and this as your higher high. How can you take this trade? Uh, Firstly, if since it's the entry time frame, you see, okay, this is first, the trend is up. You see, this is an uptrend. So since the trend is up, What is next is we need to see where price is most likely to what? Give us an entry. So if we start this trend, this is our higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, you see? And then, mind you, you found price at this level. So don't worry about you trying to buy from here because this has already passed, okay? So you see, okay, price came back inside, price was playing around this level, the price broke above, now price is back at this level here, right? And then you remove this, you put it here. If this is the structure you're seeing, automatically, with what I've taught you, you would know that, okay, uh, this is my level, which led to the break of the higher high here. You see, this one here. So this is the level where my entry should come from. Okay? You see? So this is where my entry should come from. Here. Or something like this. So now you see that, okay, price retested this level. And when it reached where I was expecting to buy from, but I wasn't trading this pair that time. This is you in your head, okay? Oh, I wasn't present when this happened. So the trade reaches your entry and it didn't execute, and then it drops inside. And when it's inside, this strategy is, well, we say we just wait for price to break outside the OG level, retest, and give us the engulfing, and we buy. That's the whole point. Okay? So what then price does is price breaks and comes back inside, and then price breaks above again. So now price is on its way to this level here. Okay? Then you remember that, oh, if I look to my left here, there is also a level where price was supposed to buy from, but price never executed, never respected the level. Okay? And then you're at this point here. You see? So, uh, now this is where you question yourself. What if price decides to just buy like that without fully tapping into my interest level here? This one here. You see? Or what if price retests back here? So, as a trader, you'd always think, you would know instantly that, okay, if price retests to my OG level here, I'll just wait for that's for engulfing. Now enter my buy at this point. At this point, and my stop possibly at this engulfing low or this immediate low here. You see? And target this high. This is when price engulfs here. You see? Then you now say to yourself, uh, what if again uh, price doesn't retest this level and price later on just decides to break above? What do we do? Do we wait for price to come back here, give us our engulf, and then we buy? Or do we execute from this same level? So we execute from this level here. Why? Because remember, it was a level we wanted to buy from at first here. Okay? And even if the price buys from this zone here, the moment it breaks above this line, it's a sign that price uh, wants to continue making higher highs, higher lows, just like that, you see? So we have two options, two good options. That's why I like such trades, because it gives you free space in your head rather than a trade where you only want one thing to happen or then you're out. You see? Uh, so, but now price is here on the 4-hour time frame. So this is our second option. Because you can see we are we are almost reaching this other option. Uh, this is something I learned from an old friend. I just remembered Dave Peary. This guy always had options. Always. Every day he knew what to do. He knew where to go. Dave Peary. Yeah, so that's where I just connected this from. So in this case, we have two options. Not because we are going to miss out, no. Because if you look at this, if price breaks above this level, it's respecting this other OG level. Okay? And if price comes to respect this level, let's see, we do the same. And the good part is, uh, We have the right to take it or not. If it's not clean, we leave it. If it's clean, we take it. Okay? So now since you know this application in the daily time frame, and let me take you back to what is on the charts now. This level and this level. So if this is the daily time frame now, and this is what we are looking for, price to be above this level. Mhm. In the 4 hour time frame, what can we then do if in the daily time frame we are saying if price chooses to retest this level, uh, I forgot to do something. Okay, this is what I want. Mhm. Let's put think here. So I was saying if in the daily time frame we're expecting a engulfing either at this level or a break above this level. Uh, what about the 4 hour time frame? So if you put on the 4 hour time frame, this is where it becomes tricky and funny. So the 4 hour time frame is bearish and we want to buy, okay? So if the 4 hour time frame takes out this uh higher low, lower high, we go bullish, okay? But if price will be coming to make this engulfing, price is most likely to what? To come with lower lows and lower highs, you see? Meaning if price shifts at this point, the day will get the engulfing we are looking for, you see? In the 4 hour time frame. Secondly, if the 4 hour decides to start making higher highs, price will break above this higher lower high, and then it will be bullish, then retest, and then give us the break we are looking for. You see? Meaning we win any we are winning in any way. For as long as this pair wants to buy. You see? So that's the good part of this trade. We are winning anyway. So I like this. And we can definitely trade it next week, this week. Okay, okay. So since we found out that, let's go to the next thing. LCD USD. If you look at the daily time frame, this is the daily time frame. Uh, I remember telling you, if the daily just breaks above below this level, you'll no longer be doing anything because price will be bearish and we missed out the entry here. Why? Because the 4 hour chose not to give us an entry, as you can see here. Let me do this so you can see it. You see, this is where we're planning to sell from. If price can come outside, we test it, and then we'll sell it. But price never did that. So now price is at lowest point in uh, US dollar. So you can now tell that the US dollar is having more power than the New Zealand dollar. So though, this one is straightforward. The only way we can sell it is if price comes back here. And yes, it might look as if price wouldn't retest this week. Uh, but to give it a try, you just give it a try and see what price will do. Uh, I just didn't like that it reached our take profit, but the weekly was fine. Yeah, this is a very nice indication that price of goods and services were being traded at a very nice place. Yeah, so we can, for this pair, I would want this to happen. This thing to happen. Oh, see, at this point. Why? Because since price is now in its bearish momentum, there's a sign it will continue selling, okay? And it will need bullish power to continue its sell. So there's a high chance price can come back here, okay? Mm. And so that's the advantage we take, okay? And we only have two candles after the daily break. So, and you can see they are all a bit rejecting, slowing down. So you can get that retest. Mm, you can get that retest. Okay. Don't worry, retest always happens. See how price dropped at this same point we're comparing. From this point to this level here. But then price had to retest all the way to this zone here, and then continue the drop. So you can't really say that the market won't retest. You just give it room to do anything it can. So wait for this retest here. And we can sell. Okay. Uh Euro USD. We've been waiting for this pair for how many days? How many trading days? Since April here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Almost a month and 12 days of waiting for this pair to just play out. And finally it did. Because our price finally took out our higher low. And even though the taking out was the aggressive one, uh, the one that usually happens is this one. But either way, it's okay. So the daily set, we got the break. Now price is retesting. The weekly is also set. We got the break of this level here. So we are also set. Uh, so all that's left is price to retest this level and then sell. Okay, that's all. So let's see the 4 hour time frame. The only fun part now is the 4 hour time frame. Because everything is bearish. Uh, but if I put in time frame like 3 hour, you can see there is a shift. Time frames like 2 hour. There is a clear shift. Time frames like 1 hour. There's also a clear shift. You see? At this point. But the time frame like 4 hour, almost like nothing ever happened. Okay. But if you look at the 3 hour time frame, uh, there is a clean shift there. If you If you've ever used XNES, uh, if you've ever used, if you ever used uh XNES, just that it's not loading. Mm, 2 seconds. Mhm. Uh, yeah, but if you've ever used XNES, this is the this is the 4 hour time frame. It's the 3 hour time frame on these pairs. Okay. Yeah. But sometimes it follows the same order. Okay. But anyway, so what we'll do is we simply wait for price to come back here. And we're at this level. Uh, we want the 4 hour to let's go back to our time frame. When price retest this level, uh, in this case, there is always in this case, most of the time, price takes out this lower high, yeah, and then shifts and then sell. All the time this happens. Unless if the OG level was around this level. Okay? Then you can just expect a smooth retest and engulfing, and you place your sell and your stop above this level. Okay? But when you see that the OG level is at the same 4 hour high, low high, this will happen. Guaranteed this one. This happens. Okay? So expect this to happen. Okay? Or if you want to be safe, just introduce that same trick that I teach you, that strategy, right? Mm, in the 4 hour time frame, this is where you want to sell from, right? So when price comes back at this level, it's likely not going to respect because that's at the OG level. It will come at this point, okay? So your only task is waiting for price to break below, retest it, give you an engulfing, and then you can sell. You see? Same with what we're waiting for in NZD card. You see? Even if price decides to do this, for long as it doesn't take out this lower high, uh, all you have to do is wait for price to break below here and then retest it and give you an engulfing and you enter your sell. Here. You take profit here. See? So that's the analysis for these three pairs. And the next time we meet, We'll do the last three. And the final one, we choose which ones will come out. So you can only have five or four. Okay? Uh, my pair hasn't yet given me a lower low and a lower high. So maybe we can have it here and then we can shift and wait for the shift here and then buy it at this point here on G level. Okay? Mm. So that's it and thank you guys for watching. So we did the first three. Let's do the other three. Okay? Then we can call it the session. Um, the next one we have is AUD card. Uh, First in the 4 hour time frame, I'm seeing something interesting. You can see this nice flag here. So, and price broke above it, and so price is likely going to make a higher fit. See? So what do we do in this case? Let's see what the daily is saying first of all. uh, the daily you can see that we are still bearish because we took out this higher low here. See, price made this higher high. This was where price was supposed to buy from. You see? Mm, Naturally, this is where the buy was supposed to happen. But you can see what happened. Price came back at this level. Okay. But I remember in the 4 hour, because we are together, price never shifted. So price ended up selling. You see? At this point here. Wait. To this point here. Almost almost risking our higher low here. Okay. And then interestingly, price broke above this level again. Because in this case, we all know our analysis is this is a uh, higher low This is the structure point. This is the higher low, and this is our higher high. When price retested at this point, um, this is where I wanted to buy from. Okay, but remember, the only reason it didn't respect this level is because of, remember what I told you? This was the last potential lower high before price can break above, you see? So price had to come and respect it, you see? So since price now respected it uh, and rejected it, this was fine. But the only pressure was the 4 hour was bearish, okay? And we are only bullish on the 4 hour once we took out this low here. Because this is the 4 hour low, you see it. So you see what happens. Okay. Uh okay. What happens? Price breaks out the low. The 4 hour goes bullish. Okay. Uh but what we want is what? Uh we need price. No, actually the 4 hour was going bullish at this level. Okay. But that was of no use because we had the we had a very nice structure here where price broke above and then price retested. Okay, so this was our plan. Since price on Monday we're just waiting for price to break above and then come back at this point and then we can buy. But then you can all see what happened. Uh Price just ended up buying more. You see? Price just ended up buying more. And we never got that entry. Was the way price opened. And I remember telling that since we were having this kind of open, it was only right that price will come back to this level and fill it up and then can go up if it needs to. So you see what price will do. Price ended up buying, came back here but just rejected. Excuse me. Okay. So price failed this level, you see? Because it had to. That's the that's the only guaranteed thing when you see price breaks with this kind of break with no weak pullback. So, uh, what happens next is Price came back here. And so uh it's still the same thing that at this point that we're looking for. We just want price to be above this level and then we can buy. Okay. That price ended up doing what? Taking out this low. So now we are bearish. You see? This is our lower low. This is our lower high. See? Mm. I might remove this pair, but let's just see what happens. So in this case now, we just want any means of how price can go bearish, bullish, so we can buy. Okay? And price keeps on buying, keeps on buying, keeps on buying. I see? No, it doesn't break above this level, but it just ends at the same point. You see? With a very nice double bottom here. You see? Uh, so what can be the most ideal thing we can see here? Is price should make another lower high, another break, you see? And then we can have another low, and then price can continue. The forward time frame. This is where I was showing you. This is the shift we are waiting for here. And this was on a Friday, you see? So we wanted the Monday, just break and retest, and we buy at this point. You see? Yeah, you see? I'll take profit at this part. But even though we don't get it, we got saved from the loss cause we wouldn't have gotten even our maximum return before price stops it out. Um, so what do we do next here? We want the daily to change, right? Want the daily to make a new higher high. You see? Uh, and when it makes a new higher high for the forward time frame, this is a point of result. You see? Mm, so meaning if price, the way price is looking here, even if price supposed to make this return and then buy more, you see? And make this return and they buy more. This return and they buy more. Okay, this is our expectation. But the reality is price can make a higher high, you see? And once price makes a new higher high, this becomes our new higher low here, this level here, and this becomes our potential point, meaning we'll wait for that to happen at this level now. You see? But whichever, uh, my only interest is seeing the daily above this level. Okay? Uh, Interestingly, very interesting in the weekly time frame. This is our OG level. You see? This point here. Because this is where we are having our double bottom. You see? This one. So the daily and the weekly both having double bottoms. And it's a great sign. So how do you take advantage of this? Uh, this is very, by the way, uh, this is very okay. Because obviously, the moment price takes out this low on the daily time frame, uh, the price has to revisit this lower high here. Because this will be a lower high, higher low and higher high. You see? So price then has to visit this level. Excuse, then buy. Mm. Now the funny part is, uh, both of these they only have two touches. You see, this one has three. The good part, one, two, three. But when we use this side here, we only have two. But when we use the weekly, we also have two. Okay, and the weekly has more strength. Remember that. And based off this weekly engulfing break, when you see this type of candle close, I've shown you multiple times. Uh, it should be when you see it should be a morning star. Yeah, I just searched it now. Uh, so this means that in the weekly time frame, price will only have a pullback and continue buying massively. Okay. So in the daily time frame, this means that when we have a break of this level here, it's only right that price will come back and tap into this zone and then tap into this level and give us that daily holding candle. Why? Because this will be our higher low and this will be our higher high. You see? So when price is at this point, it means we have to be careful because price can either break below easily. You see? That's why I need to see that price is really holding this zone here right after we get the bullish break here. Okay? Hmm. So, in the daily we are set, the forward time frame, it's also almost the same thing. But the good part is when price makes a new high, this daily level here, we will be bearish, will be bullish on the forward time frame. You see? At this point. You see that? You see that move? This will be our high low, high high. So when we start retesting, we will be bearish in the forward time frame. Meaning we don't have to worry about this structure here. Okay? The 4 hour will lead to these three candles you are seeing here, the daily time frame. Because when price comes back at this level, we will need price to make a new lower low. Okay? So that once it shifts, the daily will also give us this holding thing here. Then we'll just wait for the retest and we can buy. You see how everything is aligning? Firstly, the daily will break, you see? And when the daily breaks, the 4 hour will go bearish. You see? To go bullish, but when we start getting that retest uh from this break here, meaning the whole Monday, we just expect the Monday close, bullish close, so we get that final break. Okay? So the daily confirms the break. Okay? Then Tuesday can get the retest. Wednesday is confirmation, and Thursday we can enter. Why this can happen? Because the distance to this retest is very short. Okay? And if it doesn't happen, we'll wait for next month and trade still. Okay? Uh, but the most important thing is we know where price wants to go, you see? And if the monthly just closes above this line, there is a very high chance that price will continue buying up to this point. Mm, yeah, so that's what I can say about this pair. Uh, but I like the way it's coming out. Can't say anything negative, even though don't really say anything negative in for the pairs. Mm, Next is USDCHF. What name do I call this pair? Yeah, he's sneaky. I call him Sneaky Sir. It's been tricking me all along since this point here. He's, he started sneaking me at this shift here, if you remember, if you've been with me when we're questioning this structure here, when price was at this point. Okay. And even if we can say price was still bearish, we have now broken above. Okay. This is our level now. Okay. Uh, so the weekly time frame, everything is clean and clear. We can see for ourselves. Um, this is our higher high, and this is our higher low. So, what do we now want to do in this case? Okay. Um, First of all, this is where I would be expecting price to come back from. You see? But we'll only worry about this level if price ever retests this zone. Okay? Okay. And the good part is we are now looking for buys. So price is free to do anything it wants in this level here. Price can come back here, buy. Price can come back here, buy. Price can come back here, buy. And the good part is the lower we buy, the greater return will be. Okay? Because if I buy from this level, my target will be this point. If I buy from this level, my target will be this point. You see? If I buy from this level, my target will be that level. Uh, Only if I buy from this level, my target will be at this point. Unless if price buys above this level, then we are good, guys. We are live. Okay. Uh, this will mark a full month without us taking a trade if nothing happens this week. Okay. And this is how I also want you to be. The same persona, the same energy, the same commitment. You show up every day. Okay. So the weekly time frame, we already know where we'll be playing with the price. Okay. Uh, and why I'm confident we might catch a buy here, because look at this drop here. and price dropped here, it only made sense that price should come back here, you see? But look at how price broke above. There is this resistance here, okay? Meaning there will be a time if price breaks below, the daily will go bearish. That's another story. So this permits us to buy from this level, okay? As our first choice. Uh, in the daily time frame, our limit comes back to this point here only, okay? Okay. Uh, but in our case, yeah, this is still fine. Maybe we can just try to drag it a bit at this level so it can make sense for the daily time frame, okay? Uh, you see what I was saying? There's a bit of resistance. So if price fails to buy at this level and breaks, the daily will go bearish, meaning it's a different game now. Okay? So, what approach do we use, if you may ask me? This one is way straightforward. Uh, we just start waiting for the daily to give us those nice retest candles we need. And that's holding candlestick pattern. That's all. Mm, uh, so there is what we will see in the forward time frame is price is still bullish. That's the one tricky part. Okay. And this is the uh, higher low. And this is the higher high. You see, so price won't always give you everything you want. You see, it's either the daily is clean, the 4 hour is clean, the weekly is clean. If everything is clean, that trade is possibly going to miss you out or mess you up. uh, so, what do we do in this case? If you can ask me, my dear brothers. Uh, we simply just wait for price to come back to this level. Okay. And in this case, our only concern will be the daily time frame since the 4 hour is already situated, you see. We'll just wait and see if the daily will hold and if the 4 hour will have any structure making sense here, can buy. Okay. And you know, the market moves in funny ways. Can even have a slight break above this level, making this even fun so that when price starts retesting back, it will be bearish in the forward time frame. And not only are we going to wait for the holding, we'll be sure that the 4 hour will also shift and give us something promising. You see? Uh, so that's it for this pair. And lastly, Eurocard. Personally, I would take AD card over this pair. Why? Because this pair seems to not know what it's doing. Let me first explain what before you judge my thought on this. Uh, if you look at this pair, it's supposed to buy, yes, from this level here. And it's supposed to have been giving us entry levels way back. But it keeps on getting influenced by GPP card, okay? And if at all we want to buy, we need price to come back here at this level. And clearly you can see how this price structure is looking. Uh, oh no, this one should be fair. So, if you now look at GPP card, yes, price wants to buy, but we need price to retest back at this level and give us a proper retest. Okay. Uh, Look at this pair. Yes, price has to buy. Uh, but we have to wait for price to come back here and now see the where the higher low is and where we are looking for buys if at all price come back at this point. And in this case, since the 4 hour shifted from this level here, this is where I should look for buys. Okay? Yeah. And this is how I can buy this. Now look how close it is to taking out my higher low. It's a very clean entry, but uh just because of this, I think I'll skip this pair, yeah, and drop it to next week. Yeah, but it's a very good pair. I just don't like where I'm buying from. My buy is based off one candlestick, this one. Unless if I trade in the 1 minute time frame, 1 hour. And even in the 1 hour time frame, you can see that if price comes back here, when you sell, your buy, your stop loss should be up below here. And this is very risky. Okay. Why? Because it's at the point where price can go bearish or bullish, and we don't take trades at that point. Okay. It's different from this trade. You see what I'm talking about? The moment, because here The moment price breaks above, we have our trade will be based on one, two, three candlesticks. You see? And the 4 hour has to shift still. So, meaning if this trade is not valid, the 4 hour won't shift, and we have a chance of avoiding this loss. You see? And for EuroCAD, everything is set. So, what's only left there is a retest and a buy. So, either the 4 hour will choose to respect this level when it gives you that pullback. Either to respect this level or not. Uh, it's just one-sided, you see? Now for that other pair, if the 4 hour fails to hold at my LG level, I'll avoid this loss. If it holds, I'll know we want to buy. You see? So this is a great buy, but no. You know, the rule of this game is try to learn how to lose. Okay? That's the only game. If you learn how to lose, you won't you stay in this game for a long, long period of time. Look, this pair we wanted to sell just because of one small important rule we waited for. I avoided the loss from this point here. You see, this pair wanted to sell at this point, but just because I waited for one small rule, I avoided this loss. Okay, because price was bullish, but I just wanted price to shift. That's the only thing I wanted. I was looking for in the uh in the 4 hour time frame. You can see in the 1 hour time frame, price retested, shifted, gave you a very nice morning, evening star there, stopped you out. You see? Uh, GPP card you wanted to buy, but just because of one small rule I was waiting for, that when the 4 hour comes back here, it shifts, then I'll buy. It missed us, but to come back here. Um, so these small rules, they look like restrictions, but if you count how many times you keep yourself from being stopped out when you wouldn't have lost, okay? Because most just want to take part in the market so they can say they are doing something, or so they can say, I'm putting in the time. I also have to take a trade so the time can reward me, you know? But if you think about that same way time can mean patience. Wait for the right time. Not every time is the perfect time, but we're just on go, you know. So don't worry. Uh, it may look slow, but when we catch a trade, it's worth it. Look at this USD card here. You see? So in the future, this is what will be happening. Where we've caught the trade. This is the 1 to 14. You see? And imagine in a whole month, I don't have to do anything, but just hold this trade. So How? Because uh because of time and just building my craft, you will see that this is what will now be catching just with time, you know. So just be patient. Like I always tell you, what would you love to take all 48 trades of the year and miss half and win the other quarter and break even the other quarter? You see? Or you get 48 trades, but you're only allowed to take 15, but you win all 15. You see? The good part is these 15 you win, not all will give you the exact take profit. Some you find them, they'll exceed, like you can see. You see? So that's how you make progress in the markets. You just need a bit of pro trades. You see, among these 15s, you can have one that go beyond your maximum take profit. You can go some that gives you the exact take profit. You see? Mm. And you'll be better off than someone who took all 48 trades and only won a quarter of them and break even another quarter, then lose the rest. You see? So always think about that. Thank you. Uh, Welcome back, guys. Mm, So just a quick video. We can choose how to be trading this week. Okay. Uh, so as we always do, we'll go through the weekly one more time. I am still with this because the weekly never took out this devil. Why I'm still with this because the weekly is bearish. Okay. And if you can see, this is a double top. See? And a break. The weekly retest and the weekly displacement sell off. You see? This is what we have here. So this means that next week we just need this we pull back and we can continue selling. Next is Euro USD. Uh you can see price finally broke below and you close with an engulfing. So this is a very good sign of selling. Okay. AUD card. I've already explained, but you can see we have this nice double bottom. You see? and we have a break. So just need the retest, then a buy. Then lastly, USD CHF. You can see the weekly took out this high, and now all we are left with is price to test this point here. Then we can buy. So among all these, the one that I might not really be interested in is NZD USD. Okay? Because price already reached my tip here. Yeah. Uh, but just for learning purposes, we'll keep it. So these are the other ones we have for next week. For next week, we observe them. GBP card, ADJPY, Euro card, ADNZD, Euro GBUSD, Euro GBP, GPUSD, AUDUSD, USDJPY, USD card, GPAUD, Euro CHF. So these are pending. These are for next week. And this is for this week. And who knows? Some of these might be there for next week. Some from here might be there for next week, okay? So that's it. Thank you. And have a good night. God bless you.